Can hydroponic plants be considered organic? Depending on the country you're in, the answer may vary. Not under most traditional organic certification standards, but there are some exceptions and ongoing debates. The USDA has allowed some hydroponic farms to be considered organic if they follow all other organic standards, no synthetic pesticides or fertilizers. When it comes to organic or inorganic hydroponic nutrients, some nutrients are inorganic because they come from minerals or salts. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad or synthetic, but they're not from an organic source like worm water or compost tea. They're typically not synthetic, like calcium nitrate or potassium sulfate. They are naturally mined and not synthetic, but are rather naturally occurring non-organic substances that dissolve in water and can be used for hydroponic plants. Since organic means it came from something that was alive, it doesn't mean it's not natural if something is inorganic. A rock was never alive. Here I have two plants I've grown from organic liquid hydroponic nutrients I've made from home from compost teas and worm water. So it's not that these two plants aren't nutrient dense, but it's argued it misses the fundamental ecological principles of organic farming, like crop rotation and biodiversity. There are still elements of sustainability, however. Anytime one of my plants die, I feed it to my worm, and I'm able to reuse the bucket and clay forever. So Japan, which does a lot of hydroponic gardening, doesn't label them as organic, but will instead label them as natural, sustainable, or eco-friendly. Society's done a great job at marketing things that are organic as good and inorganic as bad, but in this case, it would be more or less if it's natural or not natural. In the EU, Canada, and many other countries, organic plants are required to be grown in soil. So would you consider my two plants here organic if they were grown outside in the sunlight rather than under an LED light, and I'm able to reuse the buckets and recycle the dead material? It's a controversial topic, but overall, I think it's a good thing to grow plants in general. What do you think? Thank you for watching. Have a great day.